I want to show you guys how I made $2,300 a day trading SPX options. First off, congratulations to everyone who caught moves to the long side today. Day started off a little bit choppy. We had a little bit of a downturn. A lot of people were starting to get worried just based off of what we heard off of FOMC, and then this morning, obviously, a lot of people saying technically we're in a recession. Market kind of shook it off. And then we ended up going higher. So what I want to show you is what I was exactly looking at and why I took this SPX trade, what made me get into the trade, where I kind of took some profits at, and how you can potentially find these setups as well. So with that being said, today is Thursday the 28th. My name is D. Anthony with evolutiontraders.com. If you guys want to know more about me or get involved in some of the things that I do, all that information is down in the description box below. So I kind of put this out there this morning in the Discord, but $2,300 is what I took on this SPX trade. Obviously, this contract was expiring today, so it was a 0 DTE. If you don't know what 0 DTE means, it means 0 days till expiration. So anytime I kind of play SPX, I'm always playing 0 DTE, and I'm just looking for scalps, right? So it's easy to kind of look back at the chart always at the end of the day and saying, man, if I just would have bought the dip off the open, I could have potentially ridden this trade up for 40, 50, 60, 70 points higher. Now, could I have held this trade a lot longer than I did? 100%, but I'm never looking to catch the whole move. That's not the type of trader that I am. The type of trader that I am is going to get in with my position sizing that feels comfortable for me. As of right now, that's anywhere between $2,000 and like $10,000 a trade, right? Depending on the trades that I'm taking or the stocks that I'm playing. If it's something like Tesla, it might be $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 on my options contract. If it's SPX, it's probably the same. If it's Nvidia, it might be $2,000 to $4,000. If it's Apple, it might be $2,000, so forth and so forth, right? I'm not always just throwing out $10,000 per trade because it only takes a few bad trades to kind of go into a downward spiral. That's getting a little bit away from the point. So what I'm looking at here, off the open, we had this initial spike. Obviously, I don't take anything realistically the first 5 minutes of the day anyways. So I'm looking at this linear regression supply zone. We tagged it to a T here as well as here before we started to slide back down. One level that I was looking at to see if it was going to hold as a strong area as support was going to be this 50 SMA here. This is a 50-day moving average on a 5-minute time frame here. We tried to catch and bounce multiple times. Next area of support was going to be down here around 39.89, 39.90 area, which is going to be your 100 EMA. If you're kind of wondering why I have all these lines on my charts, these are all lines telling me where stocks potentially are going to stop, where potentially they can go, and when I want to be avoiding taking trades. Just kind of looking at this price action, once we started to bottom out here and we really didn't put in any new lows, and I could see some bottom tailing wicks here. Anytime you see a lot of these wicks here, you've got some buyers that are stepping in. So if I was looking to take something to the short side, you would be looking for a breakdown through the bottom wick. And then even so, what you have to look for is, what is my next area of demand? Okay, is there enough room in the trade? Now, if we were to look to the short side here, that price was sitting at 39.93. Our next area of support was 39.88. That's 5 points on the SPX. Could you essentially take a scalp on that? Yeah. Is it a little risky? Yes. Is it something that I would like to take? No. More than likely for me, I'm looking to get back up over and then see if we can get back into this zone where there's more room to run. And then obviously anything over pre-market highs or the opening range highs is definitely something that you're going to want to take as well. So as we started to kind of round about here and start to curl over, what I'm looking at here is a 20 SMA. The guys that trade with me in the Discord know I put out an amazing strategy using the 20 SMA indicator on the 5-minute time frame. We got this first initial close over the 20 SMA. Now, normally what I'm looking to do here, once we get back over, so how my strategy is going to be working is as soon as we lose the 20 SMA, I'm always looking for some consolidation and then either a follow through to the downside, obviously to take a short, or if we reclaim, which is a short-term change in trend, I'm looking to go back to the long side. As soon as we closed over this 20 SMA here, Technically, you could have got in on this big green candle here, which is a confirmation, which is also the candle that I got into, but I did wait for a little bit more confirmation. Now, why did I wait for more confirmation rather than jumping in as soon as we broke this candle's highs? One reason is because we have this previous wick here that is higher. We have this candle here that is higher. We have this wick here that is higher. We have this candle here that is higher. So what I'm kind of looking at here is from the extensive drop and the consolidation that we had, what I'm looking at here is underneath the 20 SMA. Now we're back over, but I want to get over this price action, because if I get back over this price action, we're above all levels of supply. We've got room to run at least to the top of this candlestick, and that's where I'm going to want to be taking profits. Obviously, I knew we were rejected here before, right? And I know we have pre-market action here, so I know that there's going to be some supply, some resistance in this range. There's going to be some resistance in this range. There's also going to be a little bit of resistance in this range here. So obviously, anytime you're looking at those levels of resistance, you want to be taking your profits into those zones, right? Now, obviously, depending on your position sizing and how the move is going for you, you can definitely hold a runner. I've got a way to kind of, move your stop loss into profit and kind of trail that. But I was in a number of different trades at this time. I don't like to have too many trades going at one time, because typically when you do that, you tend to get a little distracted, and then you could come back to a losing trade, right, if you're flipping in between charts. So what I was looking at was a breakout over 40.15. The contracts that I put that I ended up buying calls on were 40.15s. I'm also going to point this out. Anytime I'm taking day trades, especially 0 days till expiration, I'm either A, going inside the money or right at the money. I'm never going out of the money, okay? Even when I'm playing stocks. So if I'm playing Tesla and the current stock price is 842, I'm not going to grab 900s, okay? Because Tesla can run up 7 points. My contracts don't move at all. And then it comes down 5 points, and now I'm down $200 or $300, $400, $500. That's just stupidity. Always make sure that when you're scalping, always make sure when you're day trading, especially options. I'm not saying you can't make money on those out of the money contracts. That's not what I'm saying, because people do it all the time. You see those big, 300, 400% gainers. But again, that's, when the move is going in your favor. That's not the style of trader that I am. The style of trader that I am is not looking for 300% winners on a contract that's $7 out of the money. I'm looking to go right as close to the current stock price as possible. I want the move to go in my favor quick, and I want it to confirm quick, and I want to take profits quick. So as soon as we got over this 40.15 here on this green candle, I took my entry here. I waited for it to get up to 40.20 here. I seen we had a little bit of a break in pause, right? This candle here, a little bit of an indecision candle. Now this could have completely come back down to the 5 SMA or even 20 SMA, would have put my contracts into the red. That's something you're gonna have to deal with. Now I do teach a couple of methods where you guys can kind of trail it and use a hard stop loss where technically the trade is broken and you would have to get out of that. But again, join the website, join the Discord. I can teach you guys all that stuff in there. With that being said, as soon as we got the break over the pause candle here, boom, right here at 7:55 a.m. is where I sold. Okay, I sold on this candlestick here, just looking to take out the previous candle's high. I wanted to sell in this run up. Now, if we kind of look at where I sold at in between 40.25, 40.22, something in that range, right? And I'll go ahead and post a screenshot of my contracts at $2,300 at 40.15 calls. I'll post that on the screen somewhere here in a minute. But technically, from a technical point of view, I could have held this and told myself, as long as we stay over this 5 SMA here, I'm going to go ahead and hold it. And technically, I would have gotten out here on this close, which was 40.47. Okay, now that's a 30-point move, and I did have 3 contracts. That would have been a phenomenal move. Now I could have also told myself here, as long as we stay over this 20 SMA here, I'm going to go ahead and continue to hold this trade, and you could have essentially held this trade literally until about 30 minutes into the close at a price of 40.71. Now this is something that I teach in the Discord. This is something that I teach in my courses. What I'm going to specifically tell you is that if you have a technical reason for an entry and a technical reason for a stop, you can have those 1, 2, 3, 400% winners. You can. It's just with my account size, I trade with a 6-figure account. I don't need to squeeze every bit of last water out of the rock. I can find these trade setups, 2 or 3, 4 trade setups a day, get in, get out, make my money, and make a decent and good living for myself. I don't need to I don't have a small account. Some people, no knock on anyone who has a small account. We all started with small accounts. But someone who has a smaller account, you maybe need those big moves. So I teach you guys, if you have a smaller account, you want to milk everything out of that trade as possible. Technically, if the trade makes sense, you're going to stay in it. Now, if you have a larger account, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, where you don't need to put that much risk out there and hold trades for that long and put yourself through that stress, then you can find great setups, get in, get out, make your money, and be done for the day. You can get in and out within an hour, 2 hours time, even 5 minutes time sometimes, make your money and go on about your business. But that's just a setup that I took today. Kind of wanted to show you guys a little bit of how I took the trade, what I was thinking about. Seen it pull back here, seen us have a lot of tailing wicks here, pushing back up, closed back over that 20 SMA here. Look to the left to see what else do I have here above where we can potentially get snagged. Here's the last bit of snag here. So as soon as we get over the snag at 40.15, that's where I want to get long. Got long here, waited for the pause candle to see if we back tested and pushed, or if we broke down. If we broke down, I would have obviously got out of that trade. And then as soon as we took out the previous candle's high, I got out in this candle here. Now, technically, you could have ridden this all the way up if you were using the 20 SMA as your stop and you have a smaller account, or the 5 if you have a smaller account. You could have did that as well. But just kind of wanted to show you guys what I was looking at and how you guys can do that too. If you guys are real serious about making money in the stock market trading options, it doesn't have to be that difficult, guys. You're going to need a little bit of money, but the main thing that you're going to need to have is patience, number 1, and 2 is discipline. Anybody can learn technical analysis. Anybody can put out a strategy. Anyone can help you and show you their strategy, which I do, but not everyone has the discipline and the mindset and the patience to be a good and consistent trader. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. But one thing that I have realized that helps everyone is having a trading community. Other people who are going to slap you in the face and tell you, get out of the trade is broken. To have people to say, hey, this is valid if you take this trade. I have this trade idea. If the trade does XYZ, I'm going to go ahead and take the trade. Does it look good, guys? Yeah, guys, that looks good. Everything looks good on the trade. Having people that are doing this on a day in and day out basis helps tremendously. If you guys want access to my community, definitely join evolutiontraders.com, become a lifetime gold member, and I will get you guys all set up. I will see all of you guys who are serious on the inside tomorrow. For the rest of you guys, I'll see you guys on YouTube back again.